So welcome back to the fourth in the series of Editing Elvis. Wow, number 4. And there wasn't even that many pictures. In this one, I'm going to try and finish up the whole lot. We're actually only about halfway through. But this one is the museum. You'll see Elvis's cars, his platinum records, gold records, and you'll get to see stuff that people don't normally see. We only got to see it on the mega cool ultra VIP tour. So without further ado, let's get in and start editing. Okay, so we start off the museum tour with a quick tour of one part of his garage. Elvis owned 40 cars, and this is some of them. Let's see if we can get a good angle on this. I like the front. I don't like the person in the background, but I like the front. There we go. Excuse me. Let's move this a little bit and tuck that behind so I can actually see. Right, so we just need to straighten this up a tad. Now, in this part of the tour, or this initial part, we were fairly much left to go and wander. We didn't really get told that much about the cars. So I can't really tell you that much about all the different cars that he had. That actually looks... bring up the shadows a smidge. Bring down the highlights a smidge. There you go, that looks okay at f2.8. Trying to get different angles on the cars, something that will be interesting. Now, not all the cars Elvis actually bought. Some of them were stage cars from the films that he done, and that's a nice shot with Elvis. Actually looks like he's kinda in the car. Yeah, some of them were cars from the movies that he done and were donated to the Elvis Museum by the film companies. Bring down the highlights on the front of this just a smidge. There we go. That looks fine. Now, this car had a little bit of history to it that I did get told about. Not that great of an angle. There we go, now we're starting to get the good angles. Elvis got annoyed at this particular car because it wouldn't start one day, one night. Well, as you already know, Elvis's days were our nights. He was in a rush to get somewhere. The car wouldn't actually start, so he pulled out his gun and he shot the steering wheel, shot the steering column. Actually looks not bad there. Here I am trying to get a picture of the steering column where he shot it. There was just so much reflection going on that I don't think I'll actually be able to. Still too much reflection. If we bring the highlights down, no, it doesn't help. Let's go back to this one, bring the highlights down. Really doesn't help. Anyway, that's a story. Here's a third one, but at 0.3 of a second, yeah, it's not going to stick. I'm only at ISO 200. I should have been up at well, here we go. We've increased it to ISO 16. Let's see if we can dehaze this and see if we can see anything on the steering column. Bring the highlights down, bring this up. Okay, now can we see anything? I don't actually see a bullet hole. I don't. But that's what we got told. He got annoyed and he shot the steering column of this car. Now, this one was Lisa Marie's. Is it Lisa Marie's? No, Priscilla's, his wife's. This was from their California home that they had brought in. Actually, I like the side view. She fairly much drove this every day. This was their, or her, get around town car. And there goes my phone, as always. We can actually afford to brighten this up a little touch. There's Lisa Marie's Mercedes. Inside of it. This one, I can't remember what type it is, but anyway, this was the last car that Elvis actually drove. ISO 6400, so we've got to watch. Bring that down. We can do with brightening it a tad if we bring down the highlights and the white. All these are original number plates. They've not been touched. Yeah. Slightly different angle. Don't like the reflections on that one. And then, of course, the famous pink Cadillac. This is a Ferrari, although if you ask true motoring specialists, they'll say that the Dino really wasn't a true Ferrari. Front of the pink Cadillac, that's not a bad shot. Bring up the shadows see into the grill. Can actually increase. There we go. Back to the Ferrari Dino. I'm actually at the wrong side of these for the good shots. I get around the other side later on. There's the pink Cadillac, and I want to call it a Studebaker, but I honestly can't remember. I should have a shot from the other side later on, which is a better shot. Lincoln Continental. Let's quickly edit this one. It's a little bit on the dark side. There we go, we've got it now. Continental Mark II, the luxurious version. And there's Elvis posing for the photograph, bought in 1956. There's the Ferrari Dino, sorry, GT. $1975. Now this was one of his movie cars. His movies all followed a similar sort of theme. Boy meets girl, they have some fun, songs, boy gets girl, and fairly much there's an hour-and-a-half movie. Now, this part of the museum here, wow, ISO 12800. This was his bike collection, and also something I didn't realize, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You can see it in the background just over here. Little sort of golf carts. And you see quite a lot of photographs of Elvis in the golf cart with Lisa Marie, his kid and stuff, and his, I suppose you call it front yard, backyard. These are actually Harley Davidsons, custom made Harley Davidsons, just for Elvis. A lovely pink Jeep. Trying to get through these quick to get to the sort of good stuff, shall we say. There we go. export. If we zoom in here, there you go, Harley Davidson. I'll come back, I want it to fit you. There we go. Now this blue one, you see him in quite a lot in the garden. Well, not anymore, but you used to. Round about there, dehaze it a smidge. There we go. Export. John Deere tractor. Not very interesting, except, you know, Elvis owned it. Back of one of his trikes. Here's one of his trikes. Elvis, as I'm sure you know, was a big, I wouldn't say motorbike freak, but he liked riding bikes when he could. There you go, that looks okay. This is a, doesn't actually say. Harley? No. Electroglide. Little Honda. I can remember seeing a couple of photographs of him on this little Honda. And this is his, we're going from the car museum, this is his army collection, which we fairly much skipped straight past. A Bronco or a Scout or something, and we went into this room, which is other famous people have donated stuff to the Elvis Museum. Kiss was noticeable, they donated a lot. I think fairly much it's for marketing purposes. This was a cool one though. The Rock, this happened just, in fact, not too long ago. The Rock done Rock the Troops. And this was one of the costumes he wore during that TV special. I wonder if we can get rid of the glare. There we go, we're starting to get rid of it. Dehaze this and see if we can get... That's better. Now we need to brighten it. The funny thing about this was, most of the people on... I think he'd done this on a ship somewhere, and apparently most of the people on the ship... Now these are young guys in the military, they're 19, 20, 21, 22. But most of the people on the ship didn't actually realise what this was. They just thought it was a flamboyant costume. They didn't realise it was The Rock's tribute to Elvis. Now The Rock is, or was, in fact still is, Eagle jumpsuit, televised special, Rock the Troops. The Rock is a big Elvis fan. So he donated this to the Elvis Museum, and it now takes pride of place at the front of the museum. This is some of his first ever records that he released. 1955, 1954. I think this was his first ever, a copy of his first ever record. So that one's fairly significant. We'll do this one. There we go, that works. Heartbreaker with a picture of Elvis. Another one of his albums. With various bills and receipts and sort of memorabilia around about it. Apparently these are fairly famous stage shoes that he wore in Las Vegas, black and white ones. Bring up exposure. We're not quite at the really good stuff yet, but this is sort of some important historical stuff. Whoa, look at the highlights on that. So Jacksonville Stadium, May 13th, 1955. Grand Ole Opry show, that's why I done that. This was Elvis's appearance in the Grand Ole Opry, or his contract. Elvis done multiple appearances on the Grand Ole Opry. Smidge yellow. There we go. Dehaze it and bring up. I really don't like the lighting on this, but anyway, it's an important document. And then we get on to some of these actual suits and guitars and memorabilia. These are early suits from his days in Hollywood. This is not actually sort of show suits or stage suits. There's one. And then this is a Elvis played guitar. Gibson guitar from one of his movies that he played in. It's more shadows. There we go. File, export, export. Elvis's sweater from some movie. This is one of the awards that he got. Victor JVC. The something Victor company. RCA. Can never remember the dog in the yeah, we'll leave that. So here are some of his gold records. Now this is just from as you can see here, from 1956 to 1959. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 3, 24 records. 24 gold records in 3 years. Now when we get to the big wall of gold and platinum records, you'll actually find that Elvis had more gold and platinum after he died than when he was alive. Which seems a smidge strange, but it just shows you that his music continues to resonate with a lot of people. Some other award he got. Just the front shot of the gold records. I'm cutting some off, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Now, this is Elvis's actual one of his jumpsuits, and this is the one that The Rock sort of mimicked in his tribute to the troops. Highlights I want to bring down. So you saw The Rock's version earlier, and this is Elvis's actual one. This one he wore in Las Vegas. That one's not the best picture of that. Do I have another one? Yeah, again, it's sort of off. Straighten up that, everything looks off. So that's actually kind of straight. The line here, it's just... No, we'll go back to this one. Come in. And I'll just export it out of that. Now here is the big wall, or one of the big walls, with all his gold and platinum records on it. Now, the other wall was 3 years, 1956 to 1959. This wall, or this is one of the walls, is every other year. This is all after his death. This is after Elvis died. As I said, he earned more gold and platinum after he was dead than when he was actually alive. Now there's another wall, that's a video. Oh, we're back to costumes. There's another wall facing that, which is even more gold and platinum records. So some of his suits, jackets, not very interesting, vests, more suits. In the reflection here you can actually see we changed tour guide. This is the new tour guide. Some of his shirts. These aren't too bad. We'll quickly take this one. Do a brightening it a smidge. This is before he got, this was some sort of seminal point in his wardrobe career, before he started doing jumpsuits, but he started wearing the capes. This is still a two-piece, this isn't a one-piece jumpsuit. And this was apparently the last one he had, or the one that gave him the idea to just, from here, go to the one-piece jumpsuit. Now this is in the VIP area. This is one of the ones that a lot of people don't get to see. They don't know the history about this. They don't actually get to see this. Let's see if we can straighten it a bit. Nope, because that's straightening it the wrong way. That's a smidge better. So from a costume perspective, I suppose, or a career development perspective, this is an important artifact, shall we say, from Elvis's career. And here we are in the sort of mega VIP area. Oh, we could buy these. The Graceland mega VIP jacket thing. It was like $200 and something, I think. These boots were the last stage-worn boots that Elvis wore. As you can see, white gloves. We're actually allowed to touch these things. This was supposedly, so we got told, as you can see, this is a Graceland tour guide. That they only come on the sort of important, the VIP tours, whatever. They give you a personal guide, and according to this guide, and forgive me, I can't remember her name. We switched out. Frank was the first one. I can't remember who this one was. This was the shirt Elvis was wearing when he died. When they found him on the golden potty, shall we call it. This was his death shirt. This one we didn't get to touch. This one stayed in its little drawer. Now these all had a history behind them. Is this 5/6? Do we get another shot? Right, so we're cropping in on these. Elvis's personal items. The belt you see at top was presented to him by one of the casinos out in Vegas that he played at, because of the amount of people and therefore the amount of money that Elvis brought in to that casino. He was the highest draw in Las Vegas. People used to come out to Vegas just to go see Elvis on one of his stage shows. And the casino attendance record, world championship attendance record at the casino. Elvis was so proud of this and so thankful for it that he used to wear this in his stage shows. This actual belt. It's gold plated, it's not actual gold. Las Vegas, Nevada. These are gemstones, these are actual diamonds. I think these are actual rubies. This, however, is not pure gold, it's just gold plated. But Elvis wore this belt on his stage shows whilst he was performing in Vegas. He was so proud, thankful for the casino, the hotel, giving him it. Which is cool. As you can see, Elvis along the top in diamonds. And they're real diamonds. Okay, now this one is an actual money clip that the story goes a fan gave to him back in his early career. And just like the belt above, Elvis was so thankful and so grateful for it. It's a sterling silver money clip that Elvis used to carry this around with him pretty much wherever he went. Now, Elvis didn't carry a lot of money, if he carried any money on him, but when he did, he used this money clip, purely because a fan gave it to him and he was so grateful for it. Now, Elvis could afford his own one. He could get a 14 karat gold one. Elvis liked 14 karat gold, but because this was a fan, this is the one that he used. And his other ring with a sword, I think that's a dragon, and other things. Again, 14 karat gold. Elvis loved 14 karat gold. Now these, as I've said, people don't get to see. This isn't part of the main collection. If you go into Graceland and you wander around, take tour, whatever, this is stuff you don't get to see. And his Zenith remote control and a comb that he used. Now the comb has been slightly out of focus. What am I, 5.6? I'm focused in here. Now the comb has actually been cleaned. There is no more Elvis hair sort of thing in the comb. But this was just a standard, as we say, buy it in Walmart, but they didn't really have Walmarts back then, but buy it in your corner store, 20 cents or whatever it cost back then, comb. And that's what he used to use. Now this is a few other people that was on the tour with me, and as you can see, the white gloves. The reason for that, there's the suit that was basically changed his styling, but the reason for the white gloves is, you see this microphone, gold microphone? This was Elvis's preferred microphone when he was out on tour singing. This is the actual one he used on stage. Now I promised I need to edit a couple of these because I promised people that I would send them. So really don't want the clarity too much on that one. In fact, we'll leave the clarity at 0. So excuse me for a second whilst I edit these pictures. Back in a second. And here I am holding that microphone. Way too yellow. As you can see, I barely take anything seriously. Even if it's historic like this. We're still peeking on the yellows a bit. In the highlights. And there you can see the microphone a bit more. Whoever shot this seriously underexposed it. There you go, that looks not bad, better than the other one. Again, still in the VIP area. This is something that he used to wear like a dressing gown just around the house. Real fancy for a dressing gown, isn't it? Export, export. Again, this is some of Elvis's jewellery that he wore. Elvis used to love jewellery. He wore a lot of jewellery. We have a better shot of this. Oh no, we're on to the guns. Again, this is things that if you take a tour, you're not going to see these. These are part of a VIP private collection. Dehaze that quite a bit. Get rid of the reflections. And guns. Pearl inlay, gold plated. This is silver, not nickel. Real guns. He used to actually shoot these. These are real. These aren't just for show. Of course, custom made just for Elvis. One of a kind. There you go, gold-plated Beretta and a gold-plated 38 caliber Derringer. There we go, that's about right. Now we're into a section of the museum that's to do with the founder of Sun Records. Grand Ole Opry. This is Elvis with the guy who founded Sun Records. I can't remember his name. Anyway, we're going to skip past these because it's not Elvis stuff. This is other people's. There you go. If you've ever wondered, Sam Phillips, that's what the guy's name was, Sam Phillips. Ever wondered what an Emmy? Is it an Emmy? One of these things looks like? There you go. Recording equipment. Letters, blah blah blah. Let's get past all this and get back to the Elvis stuff. Black and white suit, we saw that before. This is just some of the clothes that we're back on Elvis again. This is some of the clothes that Elvis actually used to wear. At F11, I don't think you'll be able to make that out. Nope. Now this is all early Elvis. Very early Elvis, way before jumpsuits. This one, I can't remember why, but this one was quite famous for some reason. Brown suit, black throw over jacket, I suppose you would call it. There's too many shadows. Reflections, not shadows. Shadows I can get rid of. Reflections, that's a whole different ballgame. Not a good picture. We saw them before, saw these before. As you can read at the bottom here, this is Elvis's actual telephone, a gold-plated. This is back in the VIP collection again. At this point, the official tour had finished, and we got to wander around the museum with the badges that I had. I could fairly much wander anywhere in the museum. The only caveat was you weren't allowed upstairs in Graceland. Nobody's allowed upstairs in Graceland. But apart from that, anywhere else, on the grounds of Graceland, the building, throughout the museum, the VIP areas, etc., etc. So the VIP tour had finished and they gave us a few hours to just go and see what we wanted to see. So at this point we're back in the VIP area, and I didn't get a shot of this beforehand. There's a couple of things I didn't quite get a shot of beforehand, which is why I went back. We were sort of rushed for time when we got back into this area. Anyway, as you can tell from the plaque at the bottom, this is what was in Elvis's bedroom. It's a gold, 24 karat gold plated telephone. Different angle, but as you can see it's worn. Some of the gold plating's actually worn off this. So as you can see, Elvis used this quite a lot. As with most things to do with Elvis, things were utilitarian. Apart from like his jewellery and his clothes, Elvis used all these things. He didn't buy a lot just for show. He loved gadgets, he loved TVs, he could, back then he could buy the best of the best, he had the money. But he always used to buy things he could actually use. Oh, please tell me I got another one of this. Again, this is Elvis's private jewellery. This one that didn't quite come out because it's at 1/8 of a second is diamond encrusted TTB, Elvis's slogan, on gold, of course, 24 karat gold. A little bit bummed that didn't come out, but not a lot of these came out. Diamond encrusted $sign ring, 24 karat gold, Elvis Presley. The watch actually came out not too bad. So let's grab the watch. This was a custom made timepiece for Elvis. One of his necklaces, pendants, and here's another one over here. The shadows, bring down that, lighten it a smidge, and then hopefully, there we go, get rid of some of the reflections. Probably not going to be able to read that. Nope. 1/8 of a second. And then this just says EAPL. Elvis Aaron Presley. The green tapestry suit. Here's your green tapestry. This was either one of Elvis's first or I think this one was the first jumpsuit. That's why it's back in this area. The first one-piece jumpsuit that Elvis wore. Which, as you know, Elvis, between the other one, the two-piece with the cape, and then this one, this was the sort of seminal turning point into what everybody associates Elvis with now, is the one-piece jumpsuit with the cape. This is an old two-piece, can't read the writing on that suit, but as you'll notice, see down here, gold boots. The boots, of course, these aren't 24 karat gold boots, these are just gold coloured boots. Quickly edit these. Export. We've seen this one before, got a picture of it before, so we'll skip that. There's the gold boots that actually got worn through at the side here. That's why I took the close-in picture of this. The back of his dressing gown thingy. Now this is Elvis's actual wallet with Lisa Marie. Now we showed you his money clip earlier that he used to carry around with him. This is the wallet that Elvis actually carried. This is his. See if we can get rid of a few more reflections here. There we go. And in doing so, we can probably increase the brightness. Ooh, a little bit too much. A little bit too much. About there, reduce the highlights. There we go. Good way of getting rid of a lot of reflections. Another good way is to have a circular polarizer filter on your camera. Elvis's, oh please tell me I got a better one of that. This is Elvis's gold social security card. Elvis Presley with his actual social security number on it. You get your paper social security card that never lasts, always falls apart. So Elvis had a 24 karat gold Social Security card made. And there it is. Again, we are still in the, this is all the VIP area. You don't get to see these things. Junior Sheriff of Tennessee card and badge. Of Shelby County. That's the wrong one. There we go. Just want to try and get rid of some of the reflections, so we bring up the dehaze. And there you go. 21st of September 1964. And with that, we're going to end this tour and this session of Editing Elvis. This is the last in the series. We're ending on the highly private VIP things that you don't get to see. But I did, and I got to take pictures of them, so I want to share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you learned something. And I hope to see you in our next editing session. It won't be on Elvis, though. This is the last in the series of the Editing Elvis.